Lux your way with the Lux Cravings boxes from Taco Bell. There's the classic $5 box, the indulgent $7 box, and a whole new obsession in the $9 box, the Flamin' Hot Grilled Cheese Burrito. Try the Lux Cravings boxes at Taco Bell today.
As sports fans, we may cheer for different teams, but there's one thing that we can all agree on. We want the game to be big. And with 3 levels, 30 cabanas, a 143-foot screen, 6 clean pools, and endless cold drinks, it doesn't get any bigger or any better than Stadium Swim in Las Vegas. All sports, all seasons. It's more than a pool deck. Stadium Swim. It's the only thing like it in the world.
Check out the all-new Blue and Orange store at the Boise State Hall of Fame. The Blue and Orange store has your best game day gear. We're talking jerseys, hats, bumper stickers, car flags, more than 4,000 hats on the hat wall. If you want the best Boise State gear, make sure you check out the Blue and Orange store online at theblueandorangestore.com or the all-new Blue and Orange store down at the Boise State Allen Noble Hall of Fame.
Sunny days call for Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea. Made with real iced tea and real vodka. Refreshing and goes down smooth. Let the good times cruise with Sun Cruiser.
How's your day going?
Going good. Thank you. Yes.
When I want Boise State to win, I trust Coach Rice to lead the Broncos to victory.
And when I want the best painting and garage floor coating, I trust rowpaint.com to get that job done right.
Hey Bronco Nation, this is Shannon Keegren with Boise State Softball. Summer in Idaho is the best time of year. Rodeos, camping trips, and the hikes that end in views you'll never forget. At Lithia Ford of Boise, we're here to get you there. With a team known for incredible customer service, the best new and pre-owned inventory, and a commitment to making your experience easy, friendly, and fast. But here's the best part. Every purchase here helps support Boise State athletics through their NIL partnerships and athletic sponsorships. See you soon at Lithia Ford of Boise, where Ford begins in Idaho.
This is Bronco Nation News Live. The best interviews, the most informed opinions, the latest breaking news, all from the top Boise State insiders. Bronco Nation News Live is the only daily show that talks nothing but Boise State sports. And we do it with you. Give us your comments or questions in the ICCU YouTube chat. Or leave us a voicemail on the Signature Roofing voice inbox at speakpipe.com/BNN. BNN broadcasts come from the Sun Cruiser Studios. Sunny days call for Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea, made with real iced tea and real vodka. It's refreshingly smooth and easy to drink. Crack open a Sun Cruiser and let the good times cruise. Bronco Nation News is presented by our title sponsor, Lithia Ford of Boise, and our major sponsors, Taco Bell, Idaho Central Credit Union, rowpaint.com, and the Blue and Orange store. At Lithia Ford of Boise, we're proud to stand with Boise State athletics. Through our NIL marketing partnerships, we're investing in the future of student athletes. Lithia Ford of Boise, here to get you there, wherever that may be. Lithia Ford of Boise, where Ford begins in Idaho. Broadcasting from the Sun Cruiser Studios, here's BJ Rains with another edition of Bronco Nation News Live.
What's up, Bronco Nation? Happy Thursday. Welcome on into a live edition of Bronco Nation News Live here at BNN. We're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, we're on X, on both the BNN channels, and today the KTIK channels as well. So make sure you're subscribing to the KTIK YouTube, KTIK Facebook page and their Twitter account, as well as we are doing our weekly partnership with KTIK. And on Thursdays, that means Johnny Ballgame is in the Lithia Ford of Boise studios there in downtown Boise. I am in the Sun Cruiser studios, so I'm going to swap these, Johnny, and the Sun Cruiser studios here in Meridian. It is BNN Lithia Ford, our title sponsor, ready to go on a Thursday with plenty to talk about. How are we, Johnny?
Oh, BJ, what are we doing? What is it, June 4th on the calendar? And, gosh, this month and then most of July for the Boise State fan, you're just on pins and needles. You're just waiting for it to start again. And, in the meantime, have some fun over the next couple months. It's sunny here like every single day. It's beautiful. So Get out and enjoy it, and hopefully we can kick off that morning for a lot of people today.
Yeah, no doubt about that. I know you were watching the NBA Finals last night. Brunson clutch game last night. Unreal, Skyship.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, minus 1,000 on your boy on the Spurs, Wemby, losing. He was minus 1,000 to win the opening tip last night, and he lost
I saw that. Well, a lot of people lose the tip on purpose in the NBA because then it means you get the ball in the second and the fourth quarter. And everybody wants that first quarter possession in the fourth quarter. It's like in football where you defer if you win the toss.
Yeah.
You don't want the ball first. Same
Sure.
thing. If I would have saw that bet, I might have taken it the other way just thinking that. Mitch Johnson went to Stanford. Wemby could win the tip whenever he wants. Maybe he's thinking, it was smart, man. But Greg Frank has the Knicks in 6, and I had the Spurs in 5. So big win for Knick fans last night. That was huge.
We got a lot of people in the chat. We appreciate everybody. Blake saying football's almost here. Luis Soto, what up, gentlemen? Good morning. I'm not sure if that applies for us, but we'll take the gentlemen. Appreciate it there.
What's up, Soto?
Billy, as always, watching in Minnesota. Appreciate you,
Billy.
Chad Bocut in
Boise,
Idaho. Appreciate you as
What's
well.
up, man?
And congratulations to Blake. His 16-month-old kid said State yesterday. So now you just got to get Boise, and then you'll have State. So halfway to the Boise State chant with the 16-month-old. Way to go, Blake. Chris V, our man Chris V says, morning, guys. Kai Cooper, a recruit, is choosing this morning between San Diego State, UNLV, and Boise State. So keep Chris will be all over Kai Cooper's decision today. All kinds of recruiting coverage. A lot of official visits going on, Johnny. Right now they got the summer camps going on, but pretty much every weekend here in the month of June, there's some multiple kids taking their official visits to Boise State. And so a lot of recruiting news is happening right now. And hopefully you're a paid subscriber and you're up to date with all of Chris Van Sickle's recruiting coverage. He's got daily stories going up, talking to these kids at commit, talking to these kids before their visits, after their visits. Check it out, BroncoNationNews.com. And again, I got to update the scroll at the bottom of the screen. 60% off right now for the annual rates if you subscribe. And 60% off. You can get all of Chris's recruiting coverage. The Stable says driving through Texas right now. So appreciate the Stable for chiming in. Johnny, we got plenty to discuss. 2 players. Yesterday, the show was mostly dominated. Actually, the entire show was Max Rice talk. We had Tim Duryea jump on the show yesterday to talk about his thoughts on Max Rice as a coach and also his retirement. And we talked and broke it all down. And I do want to get a quick thought from you on that in a second before we move on. But that means we have 2 players to discuss today on our countdown. And that's going to be the nose tackle, David Latu, and the corner, Sherrod Smith. So those are going to be the 2 guys that we will discuss today and get Johnny's thoughts and kind of look up the numbers and see where those guys rank. They are players number 13 and number 12 on our list. We're inside the top half of our 26 countdown of the 26 most important players on the Boise State football team. We're stretched, as you said, Johnny, not a whole lot going on this time of year, so we're stretching out our list as long as we can. And we're down to number 13 with David Latu, number 12 with Sherrod Smith, and we'll get to those guys here. But briefly, Johnny, I know you guys were all over it on your show as well, and we've talked about it for the last couple of weeks. So I think a lot of the negativity and stuff has kind of honestly died down because everyone's already been frustrated about it and already brought it up. And I don't know how it was on on your show, but we did a poll yesterday on the show, and it was like 80% of the people were all of a sudden fine with it. Where are you at? And I know it's obviously your buddy Max Rice, so you're going to be happy with it. Where's the selfie? Is it hanging back there somewhere?
No, I've never shared that. It's in my phone. Yeah, I just think that. I mean, first off, yeah, I enjoy watching Max. He entertains the hell out of me. He even when before he took that next step and became an all league, like, give me the ball and get out of the way, I'm going to take this game over type of player. I always liked his story, from afar, watching the father-son dynamic, and then, see how it affects the fan base, and it did. And I was thinking about this morning. I would say for sure the first 3 years of Max's career, I'd say probably Leon did the favor, letting Max play here, giving him his time, doing this, just putting him a part of this. Leon did his kid a solid. But I think when the career was over, I think you could say that Max did Leon the favor, winning games, San Diego State, the miracle shot, beating San Diego State, sweeping San Diego State 3-0 that year, and then coming back the other year with the home Max Rice spectacular game, and then the New Mexico games. I mean, we can keep going, with Max Rice and the clutch gene he had. And I think by the end of it, I don't think Boise State would have been as good, not even close, if Leon never would have brought Max into the program. Part of me thinks Leon wouldn't even still be here if Max had not been a part of this program, because they wouldn't have went to the tournament 2 out of those 3 years they went. They barely got in. And BJ, you do the backtrack, they barely got in, and they had some major wins at the end of the year that if they didn't have, they're probably on the outside looking in. So
what
I
year
think
was that, by the way? I'm just to have a little fun here. I think I have a photo that I'd like to show.
22. What year was what?
The famous selfie with you and Max Rice.
I think it was the 22 championship
at the one at Extra Mile Arena, or the Mountain West tournament here.
Yeah, I think it was. Well, they celebrated on the floor.
I'm right there. I've got all these pictures in my phone from that moment. I'm trying to find it, but I'm going to find it. If you're not going to share it, I will. I'm pretty sure
I thought it was 2022, BJ. Okay. I think it was 2022 or maybe 23, or one of those 2 years. But yeah, I think at the end, Max did Leon as much of a favor as Leon did for Max. So, what is this? Who's doing who the favor here? Is Leon doing Max the favor, getting him into coaching here? Here's your deal. And, oh, by the way, you're going to make about $100,000. That's not too shabby when you're a 25, 26, 27-year-old like Max is. That's pretty good living there, and doing the sport you love in the town you love with the team you love. But then Max needs to figure out a way how he's going to make this program better, how he's going to be an asset to this program. And they're going to be better because they brought Max Rice onto the staff, whatever that's player development, that's recruiting, that's just maybe a guy that's not too far removed from playing. Maybe he senses the game a little bit better than some of those coaches as well. And so that's what Max needs to do. That's where this program needs to go. And then this won't be, I don't even think it's a thing. Most people in this program love Max Rice. They really do. And they realize the impact he had. And hopefully he can make an impact as a coach too.
And now you can say you've sat next to an assistant coach for Boise State on a flight to Vegas.
Yeah, that was fun. Me and you and Mac. The only problem was they were one and done. That was the team. What were they? The 1 or the 2 seed in that Mountain West tournament?
They got caught 20. Was that his senior year? 24, I think.
Yeah, they got caught by New Mexico in the first round of the Mountain West tournament down there. Remember that? Yeah, it was New Mexico, and New Mexico, I think, won the tournament that year, the Mountain West tournament. They went on a run, and it would have been that. I believe.
I'm going to find it. I have the photo somewhere.
BJ, just move. Why are you going down that rabbit hole?
Fun, man. It's our boy Max Rice back in the fold here. Come on. So, it's been interesting. Do you think, Johnny, the fact that Prater kind of first alluded to this and message board posters and the fact that it was it's been out there is basically everyone assuming it would happen for the last couple of weeks and discussed and debated on your show, our show. Do you think that lessened the blowback yesterday than if it came completely out of the blue and the press release comes out that Max Rice was hired?
Yeah, I do. it would have been like, wait, what? And everybody's instant reaction, fans now, especially college sports fans, they're the best, but also the worst, with just, oh my God, a college fans just complain more than any other fan, but they've had time to ease it. And I think most people who follow this program probably thought at some point, probably a decent chance Max does end up joining the staff, and he did. And, got a couple of years in pro ball had some fun, lived in Australia in his mid-20s with his wife, hanging out and seeing the world through basketball. And now he's back home, truly home, where he loves to be in the program that he wants to help succeed. Max wants his program to win again. I remember watching him at games last year. He was like, he would just kind of sit up there. He wouldn't talk to anybody. I don't know if it's because he was nervous or what he was feeling. Like, I saw him at a few games, and I didn't even go talk to him. He just seemed kind of zoned out and kind of let him do his own thing. And that maybe he was just itching to get down there and coach and be a part of this thing again.
Yeah, well, it's going to be exciting. That's one thing. But obviously they still have another, and as Sky says, Utah State fans may be the most excited about this hire. They can pull those signs back out of the closet there. But maybe he has that Australian pipeline too. What do you say now that he's played down there?
I think Max is going to be a good recruiter. And maybe some of the kids will listen to Max more than the other coaches who were, I think, Berto now the youngest, like other than Max, coach on that staff after Lex went. Berto's 50.
Well, we'll find out who they get to replace Duryea. Maybe they get a younger guy.
Good point. Well, maybe it's nice to have a coach in their mid to late 20s like Max, who can relate, who can recruit, who does know the game, who hears, inside talk from players that coaches aren't privy to. Hopefully Max can absolutely bring some dudes here. And I mean, if Max tells me, hey, ball game, this guy that we brought in, he can play. I saw him. I did this. We did this. We got him. I'm going to be like, okay. I'm not going to think he's bull crapping. I'm going to be like, all right. I mean, I would trust Max's evaluation of a player to come in, and is that player what Boise State wants? If Max Rice is telling me, yeah, we want him, okay. That's all I need to hear. I'm in for that. I want to see how Max can recruit, what type of roster he can build, build, obviously.
By the way, I was looking for that photo, Johnny, and I couldn't find it, but I did find a random photo of our buddy Jordan K. He is playing chess with Emmanuel Acott. I have no idea what is going on in this picture.
How the hell? Where is that?
This is at the NCAA tournament in were they in Portland that year in 2022, I believe, or maybe Sacramento?
Yes. Is that a hotel? Is that a fridge he's sitting on?
Yeah, it's like a little conference room in the hotel. I believe Jordan K. did a story on Emmanuel Acott playing chess. And so for part of the story, he needed to play him in a game of chess to learn his moves and stuff. And I just randomly found a photo there. I'm going to send that in a group chat with you and Jordan.
I miss those Jordan K stories, by the way, like the human interest piece stories that Jordan was really good at and storytelling. You should do more of that at BNN, brother.
Yeah, he is the best
playing chess. Playing chess.
Yeah, I'm going to send a group text real quick with you and him.
He'll love that, man. You should
no
send
context, just the text. But all right, well, Max Rice back in the fold. Monday, by the way, Johnny's the first official workout. They're in town this week. Guys are arriving as we speak. Tuesday, Wednesday. Give me a guide, Johnny. Monday's the first official practice. There's some talk next week of maybe some media availability, maybe the chance to watch a practice. I mean, I'm guessing they might make us wait a week or two on the practices till they get some things going. But whenever we get out there and watch a practice this summer, next couple of weeks, who's one guy you're going to be like, oh, I gotta get out there and see what this guy brings to the table here?
Probably the Illinois guard. He's been
Ty Rogers.
He's been out the last year and a half, 2 years, or whatever the case is. Ty Rogers, who was on a really good Illinois team in a really good league and went far in the tournament. Want to see him. And then the point guard, North Dakota State, see him into the fray and what he's going to do. It looks like he's probably going to be the leader. He's probably going to hold the ball, dribble the ball, have the ball more than anybody else on this team next year. So kind of see how he operates. But I remember going to a practice with you, and I remember looking at Mo Silla and saying, whoa, BJ, they got some dudes now. I mean, there's only so much we can get.
Mo Silla.
He showed up, and I'm like, who is that guy? And I even went to Leon at practice. Leon would not remember this, and I pointed at Mo Silla and I said, Leon, if you can't make that dude good, that's on you guys. And he laughed like, yeah. And, like, bless Mo. Some guys have the size, but everything else, Mo Silla was a great kid, but I remember that practice thing.
Whoa,
they got some dudes.
Late ad because somebody else fell through or left or something, and they needed another big man. And
he showed up, and we're like, wait. It's like Pedro Serrano in Major League. Why the hell? Who else? Why isn't anybody else in on this guy? What's going on here? Yeah, throw him the curve.
And then we found out. Yeah, then we found out. I feel like I do remember him blocking somebody and giving the Dikembe at some point, like a rare moment in the game where he got in there and did something. But that
was a takeaway I had from practice. Yeah. So not the keenest of eyes, because that was my takeaway. And the guy, we all know what happened there on the floor.
I would say Ty Rodgers as well. I mean, Damari Wheeler-Thomas, the first guy they got, you bring him in as the point guard. What's he look like? And then for me, I mean, all these guys are intriguing, Johnny, but I think the Campbell transfer that may move right into the starting lineup, Buka. And then you have Stanback. I want to see Stanback, the SWAC Defensive Player of the Year. How is that going to translate? Is he a guy that's going to be a key member of the rotation, or is this going to be a guy that kind of comes in sparingly? And the kid for the JUCO kid as well from, was it North Dakota Science State School
of Mines or something? College of Science. I mean, yeah. The scientist.
He averaged 7 threes a game, and I get it. It's a JUCO level, but he's a 6'11" kid taking 7 threes a game. Like, I'm intrigued by him as well. Is he a guy that's just a body, or is he going to be a player? Like, I know every summer we're probably, newcomers, this, that. But if they let us watch a practice, Johnny, which they will at some point, I would say it would be more interesting to me and more like excitement for me to go see what they have than the last couple of years, probably.
Yeah, 100%, because you want to see what they have.
There's so many new pieces that you don't know if they're any good or not.
And that's the frustrating world we live in with college football and college basketball. But I mean, it is what it is. Yeah. Now more than ever, like, you need to pay attention to your team, in the off season or a couple of months before the season starts, just to be like, again, Major League, who the hell are these guys, man? And that's kind of what you're going through with this roster right now. So trust that the coaches will figure this out, and everybody's dealing with it. It's not just Boise State, Everybody has a new roster, and these coaches, I know they make a ton of money and good for them, but I feel sorry for them. So many instances, like, kids just don't want to stay in one place. I mean, it's like this JUCO mentality. People are going to schools that Boise State competes with for the simple fact of be good and then get out of there and go to someplace big. Like, that's the whole object now. Like, they've created this minor league out of it without even saying we're this new minor league. Kids just want to go. And that's what we're seeing. So I don't imagine there's going to be a lot of, retention year in, year out with basketball rosters, BJ. We'll see if the new league helps that or hurts that. We'll see. I mean, maybe there's more money coming in, maybe not. I mean, should be a good basketball league is what I'm saying. You'd think you'd have dudes who want to stay out west and play in this Pac-12 league for sure.
The Stable says, do you think this B-ball team will be underrated? Yes.
Yeah. I mean, because, how are they even properly rated? I don't even think they should be rated, Stables.
You're talking three starters at least that were not on the team last year. I mean, 3 newcomers in the starters, 4 or 5 newcomers into the rotation out of your 8 or 9 guys. Throw in Julian Bowie, who didn't even play other than the first couple games last year, Johnny. So he's kind of an unknown factor there for a lot of people that don't, when they're looking at Boise State's roster. How much better did Carmichael get? How much better is Nato getting? How much better is Aaron's going to be with a runway maybe of more minutes in a starting spot? I mean, I mean, underrated, I guess, would assume that they're better than the rating, and I guess we have to wait and see on that. But they are certainly not going to be. When you have Gonzaga, everyone's what's a fair goal this year? I mean, I hate to say it, but a conference championship when Gonzaga is in your league is a little hard to make that like the bar now. So you've got Gonzaga, San Diego State, Utah State, like right there. It's hard to predict them any higher than at a minimum 4th. And you look at all the, you have Colorado State in the mix who did some things, and by the way, Oregon State spent a ton of money in the portal and added some guys. Like, they're going to be rated low. They're going to be rated low. I'm not sure if they're underrated. Like they have to prove that there was an underrated ranking. Like they're going to be slept on by a lot of people, Johnny, and not expected much probably of them, which let's be honest, after years of high expectations, maybe that's a different angle that Leon and company will kind of thrive in, having the nobody believes in us, chip on the shoulder, not having a ton of expectations or pressure type of role.
You know, that Lindy's magazine job that you have that I got for you?
I just got the email from your boy, Sean O'Neill. Are you in or out for next year? And I was so close to finally saying it's a lot of work, dude. And
you know how much that's where I was going to ask. BJ, like you do your Lindy's magazine thing where you have to predict and forecast like 50 teams they give you. And your job is to call these coaches, call these SIDs one by one, and go down this roster. And you have these coaches say, well, he's from here. We're all hoping. I mean, you tell me, like, what do you expect, like, most coaches to kind of say in regards to the landscape and building the roster? I mean, I'm sure it gets a little different every year for you.
Yeah, and it'll be give me a month till I've talked to most of these guys. I haven't really started yet, but yeah, it's so much harder to predict now because there's just so many newcomers. I mean. And the foreigners that come in, you have no idea what to expect from all these foreigners. I mean, San Diego State added like a couple high-level foreigners, but how does that translate? Because you're averaging 9 points in the Euro, FIBA, whatever league. Like, how does that all translate over? And it's just so different. Like you said, so many newcomers. Sometimes, I mean, there was the one year, I'll go back to Kansas, but a couple years ago, Kansas added like the best transfer portal class ever and all these guys that were just averaging 20 points a game at their other school, and they're supposed to just be amazing. Well, the pieces didn't fit and they sucked. Like it doesn't always, just because you're bringing in guys with numbers and stats doesn't always necessarily mean that your team is going to be amazing. And maybe a guy that finds a better role somewhere else. And you know, like Ty Rodgers didn't even play last year and didn't play the year before that. Where is he going to, I mean, is he way better? Is he way worse? Like, I mean, there's just so many unknowns, and it's you flip a
predictions
coin on
now. Predictions now is kind of like, really, dude.
Flip a coin, and they don't mean much. But
don't know anything.
As Todd as Cheese says, he won't be surprised if they're picked to finish 6th or 7th. I don't know if I'd quite go that low, 5th or 6th, maybe. You know, like I said, they're not going to be any. At a minimum, they're going to be. I mean, the highest you could have the blue and orange goggles on and be the highest, whatever. The highest you could go is 4th.
Yep,
and that's
4th.
That's how high.
And are they gonna go with Oregon State, like you said, Colorado State, like you said? I don't know what they're doing up in Pullman. I don't know what anybody is doing. So I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, they're going to suck. No, we don't know. The Cougars might be the 3rd best team in the conference this year, or the Beavers. I don't know, man. We're just going into this season with a blindfold on and hoping it works out. That could be good. That also could be bad, BJ. We'll just have to see. And I guess that's a story in it of itself. It's kind of intriguing, or a storyline, just to kind of see you're going into a movie and no one told you what the movie's about. So you're sitting there with your popcorn and your soda and you're like, okay, is this going to be good? Is this going to suck? Am I going to walk out? You just don't know.
That's why I'm saying, I think if they let us into practice this summer, I'd be like excited to go watch, because there's so many newcomers, and how do they look? How do they fit? And I'm guessing Johnny will go and be going, oh, this team is going to be way better than people think. It's surprising people. And like you said, the Mosilla factors in, and then other team defense shows up, and you're like, okay, maybe, when they're playing against each other, they usually look pretty good. But I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to see it. They all come in town this week, and then they start the official workouts on Monday. Speaking of which, Johnny, next weekend is the Horseshoe Collective basketball camp. Want to throw a plug in for that. It's next Saturday and Sunday, the Horseshoe Collective basketball camp. They also have a volleyball camp. These are co-ed camps, grades 3 through 8. The basketball camps in the morning, the volleyball camps in the afternoon. If you wanted to do both, but one or the other, they're co-ed camps. And it's a chance for your son or daughter to get to train directly with athletes at Boise State. And as you guys know, through the Horseshoe Collective, that helps pay the players to do these camps, and you put some money in these players' pockets. And unlike the football camp, Johnny, going on right now where there's like 400 kids running around, this is a smaller group of athletes, smaller group of kids. You get a lot more one-on-one talk, with some of these coaches and players. And it's a pretty cool camp, and you get to play on the Extra Mile Arena floor. So if you're interested, horseshoecamps.com. Go sign up. It's next weekend, horseshoecamps.com. You may even see Naismith Reigns out there posting people up at this camp, and we'll see. But next weekend, 13th and 14th, horseshoecamps.com. And if you go check Matt Bauscher's social media, he's got a discount where he's basically paying $50 for each kid that signs up and uses his code to give you a discount. So $50 off using Matt Bauscher's code on his social media channel. Hey, Lithia Ford of Boise, you want to thank them as well. Our title sponsor, their anniversary sale is going on now. Lithia Ford of Boise. Online, LithiaFordBoise.com. Now's the time for a new or pre-owned vehicle. Check them out, LithiaFordBoise.com. Hey, Sun Cruiser, you looking for a beverage this weekend, barbecuing, golfing? Sun Cruiser's got you covered. They have the iced tea vodkas, the lemonade vodkas, no carbonation, low carbs, low calorie. Check it out, Sun Cruiser. I mentioned Pearson Carmichael, Idaho Central Credit Union, ICCU.com. By the way, when I switch ads, me and Johnny are making like quick appearances there. I don't know why are you
doing this.
I'm not doing that. It never does that. It goes supposed to go from one straight to the next, so I don't know. Pearson Carmichael, just be on the lookout because you never know, Johnny. ICCU.com. There's a branch pretty much on every corner, but the easiest, that mobile e-branch online banking right there on your smartphone, your tablet, your desktop computer. Idaho Central Credit Union. Make the switch today, folks. You don't realize what you're missing. ICCU.com. All right, Jackson's, Extra Mile by Jackson's. You can save up to $32 on Roaring Springs tickets when you buy 2 Coca-Cola products. That's right. Go into Jackson's or an Extra Mile by Jackson's and buy 2 Coca-Cola products, and you can save up to $32 from Roaring Springs from our friends at Jackson's. Johnny, what's the menu item of choice today quickly from Taco Bell?
How about a hash brown and how about a cheesy gordita crunch?
Can you get those together?
I don't know. You can probably, or just get what I usually get, a couple of breakfast quesadillas, and you're good to go.
Breakfast quesadillas, the hash browns, which Johnny got me to try last time. Unbelievable. Best breakfast around. We appreciate the SON Management Group, the Nicolason family. Check out all of their history, the storied history of their family running and operating Taco Bells in the Valley for years, decades at TacoBellWorks.com. And again, whether it's breakfast, lunch, dinner, late night, they got you covered. Visit a Treasure Valley Taco Bell location today. And I don't know why it's doing that, Johnny. I'm sorry. Limited piece of blue turf history, the Blue and Orange Store online, the blueandorangestore.com. You can get this customized jacket, all your Boise State gear, whether it's jerseys, caps, bumper stickers, car flags. The official in-venue provider of Boise State merchandise is the Blue and Orange Store. Check them out at the mall. Check them out down at Boise State, Allen Noble Hall of Fame location, or order anywhere in the world at the blueandorangestore.com. All right, so Johnny, we're doing 2 players today here in the next 15 minutes or so we'll breeze through this. David Latu checks in at number 13 on our list. We're counting down the 26 most important players to the Boise State football team in 2026, and we have reached the midway point. Number 13, David Latu, and I kind of like the way that Nathan described this at the beginning of his story, which again you can read at BroncoNationNews.com. But he said, one of the questions I ask myself every year when we put together this list is who is going to be the highest ranked player that the average fan may not know much about. And that this year, that distinction probably goes to David Latu, according to Nathan. 5th-year senior, only heading into his 2nd year with the Broncos. Played at Snow College. He was a second-team JUCO All-American after previously playing 2 seasons at BYU. And, earned a starting spot last year, Johnny, but dealt with some injuries early in the season. He missed a couple games, and then it kind of kept him on a snap count in some of the other games. But when he was healthy, he was an impactful run defender at a 71.7 run defense grade. That was the highest of any interior defensive lineman for the Broncos last season. And he also finished with a run stop rate of 5.8%. Again, the highest of any defensive tackle last season. And oh, by the way, they had a defensive tackle named Braxton Feely on the team last year, Johnny. A lot of the numbers say he was actually the best defensive lineman, at least in the run game. What do you make of, David Latu? Another thing that he points out, strong tackler for his position, missed a tackle rate of only 10%. And when he got a chance as a pass rusher, 6.3 pressure rate, and was second best on the team only to Feely in terms of the interior defensive lineman. Well, what do you make? David Latu got some experience, did some things last year. If he can stay healthy, now especially with Braxton Feely moving on, they need somebody that can really step up with the production there. What do you make of David Latu along that defensive line?
Yeah, again, you're asking someone who didn't do much to do a lot now. Sometimes that's fine. Good. It's next man up. That's the mentality down here. We don't care. We're going to be good regardless. And whoever replaces the guy is still going to be good. And maybe that's the case with David Latu. I think he had 9 tackles last year. So I don't know, and double check on that, but I don't know. I mean, I would have a hard time gauging the data with 9 tackles, 1 sack. He played 12 games, something like that. And he played 2022. He was at Snow College, goes to BYU in 23, barely plays. 24, he barely plays at BYU, so he uses his red shirt after 2 games and sits out the rest of the year. Comes to Boise State last year and was a situational player, a backup. And then this year, his senior year, he needs to blow up. He needs to be an all-league player. He needs to be on a one technique down there right in front of the center. He needs to, whether it's, I'm not saying he has to have a ton of tackles, the best D tackles. It's not about stats. It's about positioning. It's about leverage. It's about forcing the offense or allowing the offense not to do certain things it wants to because you're controlling the line of scrimmage. That's what it's about. I just got to see a lot more of David Latu. I think he's like 320, 6'4". I mean, he's a massive human being. Quiet guy. I think you've interviewed him. I don't think I've ever talked to David Latu. I haven't had, and part of the reason we haven't had a reason to. Why? He was a situational guy last year who played in 12 games, but 1 sack, 3 TFLs, 9 combined tackles, I think it was, and they're going to need him to play at an all-conference level. Somebody down there, I mean, right now, okay, who is their interior defensive lineman that's going to be an all-conference player? I would imagine if you're going to win this league, you're going to want to have a player or two on the interior defensive line that's an all-conference caliber player. I don't know how you can win the league without it. So we'll see who that's going to be. Good bet is that it's going to be David Latu. And that, look, he just has needed more reps. He's needed to be the guy. He needs to be, the D tackle 1. Now he is. And maybe with that will come more opportunity. When you're playing behind the guys he was playing behind last year, obviously you look at the production, didn't get a whole lot of time. And when he maybe some of the games he was playing, I'd have to go back and look. I don't know what games he was playing, what games he missed. He played 12 of the 14 games. I'm not sure where he missed, BJ, but man, they need David Latu this year to play at an all-conference caliber level.
All right, here's a few more numbers that kind of go. You say, well, you don't put much stock in the numbers because he only had 9 tackles. Well, there were 6 games last year, Johnny, 6 games where Latu played at least 20 snaps. So 6 games where he played at least 20 snaps. He earned a Pro Football Focus grade of 70 plus, at least 70 in 4 of those games. And Nathan points out, for context, Braxton Feely played 14 games last year. He only had a grade of 70 plus in 4 games himself. So essentially, David Latu.
They were playing the wrong guy?
Not saying that, but I mean, again, the numbers say, pass rushing, certainly Feely, and getting to the quarterback was a little more what he did. Latu's more of a run stopper, things like that. But in terms of, the Pro Football Focus grades, they grade you on every play, whether you make a tackle or not. They just watch you and say, what'd you do on that play? Did you beat your guy? Did you do your man? And in 4 of the 6 games where he played at least 20 snaps, his grade was at least 70. And in 14 games, Braxton Feely only had a grade over 70 4 times. So Latu did it in less than half the time. I guess my point is, yeah, overall, not a ton of production, but was still making an impact out there. And as you said, somebody has to. I mean, is it Michael Madri? Is it Lopez Sanusi? Is it Makayo Edward? I mean, there's some other guys in the mix there. And maybe we're kind of putting all these guys into our number 13 spot here because somebody needs to step up. Latu, we expect to be the starter. He did start 6 games last year, Johnny. But as you said, big guy. And I played the interview. It's on our YouTube page if folks going to want to go back and watch it. He's a nice kid, nice young man, and really seems motivated to, he wants to do something with football in his life, and this is his last year of football, and he wants to, have a big year and turn it into something. So we'll see. David Latu checks in at number 13 on our list. I know a guy you're excited about, Johnny, Sherrod Smith. He checks in at number 12. We'll discuss Sherrod Smith in just a second, but want to thank Boucher Real Estate, number 1 ranked realtor in the Treasure Valley, Matt Boucher and Boucher Real Estate. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, now is the time, folks. Matt Boucher ready to help you as he did when we bought and sold our home. So Matt Boucher, check him out online, BoucherRealEstate.com. Hey, Signature Roofing online, mysignatureroofing.com. You can leave us a voicemail, speakpipe.com/BNN. They sponsor that, but whether it's a re-roof, whether it's a new roof, whether it's an inspection, an estimate, all your roofing needs, check out Signature Roofing online, mysignatureroofing.com. Hey, Element Fencing, elementfencing.com. If you need a new fence, Element Fencing has you covered. They can fix your fence also if you have a repair. elementfencing.com, 631-2790. Check them out again. They're going to sponsor our defensive player of the game coming up in football season. Ridley's Family Markets, shopridleys.com. Check out Ridley's Family Markets. I know Johnny likes that Cuno location, different locations around the Treasure Valley, Magic Valley, up in McCall, all around the state of Idaho and beyond. If you want that friendly hometown feel, Ridley's is your spot. Get more information. Find a location near you at shopridleys.com and rowpaint.com. Painting specialty, all your painting needs, whether it's interior, exterior painting, those famous concrete coatings. We had them done twice at our old house. You can change the look of that concrete slab in one day at rowpaint.com. And we highly recommend you going with the craftsmanship of Andy Rowe and Company at rowpaint.com. Check them out online at rowpaint.com. Johnny, a little bit of breaking news here on the football side. I mentioned earlier in the show there was a commit possibly making a decision. Kai Cooper has committed to San Diego State. So Kai Cooper was looking at San Diego State, UNLV, Boise State. He's a San Diego kid, and he stays home to play at San Diego State. And Chris says tough to beat out the hometown team. And I'll tell you what, Johnny, someone that loves going to San Diego and has been there a decent amount of times, and with the new football stadium now, and with what they have on the basketball side and the tradition there, and the beaches and the scenery, and you know what I'm talking about. I mean, it's just
pretty easy sell.
Yes, I don't know why. I mean, you see it in basketball, but I mean, I don't understand how San Diego State doesn't kill it even more than they do in basketball.
Mm-hmm.
I am a believer in Sean Lewis. I think that they're on the right track there, but I mean, that should be, especially in the transfer portal era, man. You should be cleaning up on 5 stars that don't want to be third string at Alabama. You should be cleaning
How
up
many quarterbacks are down there too, BJ?
Well, local kids, yes, but they should be able to get so many guys in the portal where they were spending a year at, Auburn or something, and it's like, come play out in the beach in San Diego, and like they should just be absolutely killing it at San Diego State, and they, even more so than they are, I think, in basketball. Football with the new stadium now, I think they're on the rise a little bit. But San Diego State's got a lot going for them out there. I'll just say that.
Yeah, that's an easy sell. And I always figured that San Diego State, they should be one of these high-flying, kind of finesse, cutesy teams, and then they're the opposite. They're dirty, they're physical, they're boring, they don't need points, they're going to beat you defensively. It always felt like the mode of that town, the mindset, the personality of that town doesn't fit the personality of the football team. I was always thinking, San Diego State, be sexy, be cute, air it out, get the golden boy quarterback and get all these receivers and throw the ball more than anybody. Like I always said that, the Air Force. If I'm the Air Force, I'm going to throw the ball on every play. It's the Air Force. Why am I running the ball, man? I want to be kidding on that one. But San Diego State, I've always kind of wondered that. Like, it feels like they haven't really built their team around the town's identity. Not that you have to. They never really have, man. Marshall Faulk, Dan McGuire. I got to go back to that era.
A couple of comments about their stadium being empty.
Never been to Snapdragon.
80% empty Snapdragon Stadium. No thanks. Need to fill their stadium.
Get a sexy offense. Get a golden boy quarterback. Get one of these kids who look like Jackson Dart. Blonde hair, good looking. They got the bandana there. They got the whole motif going. Like, get one of those guys. You're San Diego, like you said, BJ. Come on.
All right, Sherrod Smith, quickly, Johnny, number 2 on our list. Amarion McCoy, Jeremiah Irby, both moving on, but McCoy had that season-ending injury late in the season. Sherrod Smith stepped in and played really, really well. I know we missed him in the spring due to an injury, Johnny, but what do you make of us having Sherrod Smith at number 12 on this list?
I probably would have had him higher on the list, not lower, because I don't know too much about the corner spot outside of Jaden Mickey. Jaden Mickey, I'm going to give the field side corner gig to. That's been established. We know he's going to be McCoy's replacement. Boundary, yeah, Sherrod Smith would have had the gig, would have had the 1 reps if he played in spring. But we've also seen some kids come in at the position and they played really well. The Jericho Washington looks really good. He's the transfer from Kennesaw. Started as a true freshman, was one of the better DBs in that league. He can play. He's going to be good. Quentin Jamerson, BJ. Cam Jamerson, I'm sorry.
The TCU transfer?
Yeah, Cam Jamerson looks good. Demetrius Freeney is still there, and he's back, BJ. I don't know. Is it going to be a Franklin Johnson year? He's still there. We'll see how it factors in. But Sherrod Smith, you're right. He played really well last year. Came in, and they didn't lose a beat. So I'd probably say Sherrod probably has the outside edge to get the boundary corner job, and maybe he deserves to be at 12. But I'm not going to be shocked, BJ, if Sherrod Smith isn't a week 1 starter at corner either.
Well, here's a couple quick numbers for you, Johnny, because I know we're up against the clock here. But how about this? 4 games he started at the end of the season when McCoy went out. He was targeted 18 times, so opponents threw the ball in his direction 18 times. Only gave up 5 catches for 60 yards and had 4 pass breakups. Passer rating when they targeted him was 41.0. And how about this? Again, I know it was limited snaps, only played a third of the snaps as a lot of those guys did. He had the fewest yards allowed per coverage snap in the Mountain West last year, and he had the lowest catch rate allowed in the entire Mountain West. Only 33% of the time the ball was thrown his way, they caught the ball. So analytically, even in a smaller sample size, had numbers that were literally the best in the Mountain West for a corner. 250 snaps. He showed flashes of an elite lockdown corner, according to Nathan. So he also said, by the way, it wasn't like those were poor pass offenses. Those games he did that against, Johnny, UNLV, Washington, Utah State, some pretty darn good passing offenses. We'll see. But yeah, so you're not even sold on him being a starter yet.
Well, I don't know. I like Jericho Washington, man. He really impressed me too.
He'll play Kennesaw State.
Yeah, he'll play too. Sherrod Smith. Well, it's like one of those things, in baseball, if a guy gets called up in September and he hits 315, but he did it on 68 at bats, you're thinking, whoa, next year, hey, let's give that guy 500 at bats. There's no telling what he's going to do. Then all of a sudden you give him 500 at bats, you're like, okay. With the higher sample size, we'll see. But Sherrod Smith's a really good player. You're right. They didn't lose a beat last year. And according to PFF, they got better at corner when they made that move. That according to PFF, I guess Sherrod Smith was better than Amarion McCoy. And if that's the case, then whoa, okay. Sherrod Smith on one end and Mickey on the other end. We think we know who the nickel's going to be too. And then that leaves them a lot of depth too. Like I mentioned, Jericho, Jamerson, Freeney. Feels like I'm missing another kid who had a really good spring too. But yeah, I like the corner room. I think they got some talent there.
All right, Johnny, I know you guys had Brett Rippon on the show yesterday. Great catching up with him. They got the Gridiron Dreams camp coming up with kind of a star-studded lineup, but maybe anything stand out to you from that? And what do we got coming up on a Thursday edition of IST?
Nice catching up with Brett Rippon. Just trying to hold on and see if he's going to get that call. If not, does he go into coaching? Does he take a break? You can go hear that interview on all of our channels there. It was fun to catch up with Rip. Yeah, they got Gridiron Dreams, but also I'll give a plug for our boy Khalil Shakir. They got Shakir Fest. Shaq's in town, or he's on his way to town right now, and that's a camp, I think, at BK tomorrow. Look it up and get your kids there on a Friday afternoon. Meet Khalil Shakir, picture all that fun stuff. And then, of course, Gridiron Dreams, too, is huge. What Alex Guerrero has built there. Not only that, but it gives a lot of Boise State players a chance, a reason to come back and visit and see the facility. Brett Rippon said he couldn't wait to get back because he wants to go to the building. He wants to go to the facility. He wants to talk to Zach Hill and those guys and just be back into the building. So that was good, and it's cool that Boise State still has that camaraderie where guys want to come back. They want to be in the community. They want to help the program, especially in today's landscape. You're not going to get any of that. This is a job now. It's like, I don't think you root for your past employers all that much. I mean, that's kind of like, why should a player root for his past team all that much? It was an employee. It's an employee. It's a transactional type of deal. And that feels like it's going that direction, but not here. Boise State's doing a good job holding on to the players and having them come back, and that'll be a fun weekend, BJ. Appreciate, once again, you having me on.
Is
Good
this
stuff.
the most star-studded weekend of Boise State alumni being in town at once that we've had in a long? I mean, Ashton Genty's coming back for the Monster Truck Show. Khalil Shakir is back for, as you mentioned, his camp. Brett Rippon, J.L. Skinner, DeMarcus Lawrence, John Hightower, Shea McClellan, among the folks working at the Gridiron Dreams camp. I mean, you're talking about top 10 players in Boise State history, multiple ones, some of the highest draft picks in Boise State history, all being back in town. I mean, that's 3 different events. And I mean, this is look out around town, man. Have your Sharpie and your football ready because you got a chance, man. There's some cool guys around here.
By the way, on IST today, we are giving away a VIP 4-pack for the Hot Wheels Monster Truck Live on Saturday. And the VIP 4-pack, it says there's a meet and greet with Ash. So you'll get your picture taken. It'll probably be 10 seconds, but it's still pretty dope for Genty. You get there, you get a picture taken with him, that type of thing. We're giving that away today on IST.
You going to the Monster Truck Show, Johnny?
I think I am, just to kick it with Ashton. Sent him a text, but he didn't really get back to me. He'll probably get back to me a little later on that.
Didn't really get back to me. What is that? Didn't really get back to me. No, he didn't respond.
Genty has never texted me back. Not once. But I've also seen it. I've heard he's had like 2 or 3 phones.
Yeah.
So it's like you don't even know what phone you're texting. The number I have from Ashton, I won't say where I got it. I think it's his number, but yeah, that'll be cool having him come back. You're right. Have a Sharpie ready, man. And also, Ryan Dinwiddie is on the show today as well. The CFL, guys, starts tomorrow or Friday. There are a few Boise State players hanging out there. I did see Alexander Tubner. I believe he's on the PR. They call it the practice roster. It's the practice squad of the Canadian League up in Toronto. A couple other players, too. So Ryan Dinwiddie on today's show on IST, and win a chance to hang out and get a picture with Ashton.
There you go, 3 to 6, Idaho Sports Talk. Make sure you follow them on social media as well. If you're following us on YouTube, make sure you give them a YouTube subscription or like or whatever it's called. They do their daily video segment. You can make sure to follow them on Facebook and social as well. Johnny, appreciate you, and we'll talk to you later, man.
Thanks, guys.
3 to 6, Idaho Sports Talk. Make sure you're watching Johnny. Make sure you're watching Prater. We'll have Prater on tomorrow's show. But, yeah, what a weekend. Ashton Genty, Khalil Shakir, J.L. Skinner, Brett Rippon, among those in town this weekend. So, man, it's going to be a heck of a weekend, just the way all this stuff's going together for former Boise State players here. Pretty cool and a lot going on. By the way, hope you're enjoying another night out west. Every Sunday night, Tom Moser has off-season basketball coverage. If you're a basketball junkie, you want to learn about some of these rosters and storylines in the Pac-12, the WCC, the Mountain West, another night out west with Tom Moser, 8 p.m. Mountain Time every Sunday. Make sure you're checking out another night out west with Tom Moser. That is 8 p.m. All kinds of basketball coverage throughout the summer and into the season with our man Tom Moser. And they have a separate YouTube channel for that, Another Night Out West. Make sure you are subscribing to that channel. Just search Another Night Out West and subscribe to that channel, and you'll be good to go. So appreciate you guys for checking out the show today. Hope you have a good rest of your Thursday. The David Latu story is up online now. The Sherrod Smith story is going up online here momentarily. Chris Van Sickle also has 2 other recruiting stories, including one on Josiah Mitchell, the newest commit. He talked to him. He has another one on Deshaun Jackson, a player that Boise State is recruiting that is making a strong impression on them. So a lot of stuff right now. And again, 60% off at BroncoNationNews.com. 60% off now is the time to subscribe, to jump on board as a subscriber. 60% off. It's our best rate, a one-time fee, 60% off, and you get a full year of coverage at BroncoNationNews.com. And if you like Johnny Ball Game, as Sky Ship does, that's he doesn't do that for free. We got to pay Johnny to do this. So if you like our hosts, if you like the shows, you like the coverage online, help us out, support all the sponsors we told you about throughout the show, all of our great sponsors, nearly a dozen of them. And that's the easiest way, folks. If you like the show, you like, maybe you don't like a certain host, but you got to hear what he says, whether that's me or Tust or Prater or Johnny, whoever, maybe you do like one or the other. I don't know, but we appreciate those of you that make this part of your day every single weekday to watch our shows. And as we get, into football season, we got big plans for shows in the evenings and things as well. And we're really going to try to ramp up the coverage this year, on the road, at home. We're the only outlet, folks, other than Bob and Abe and Bob and Pete on the football and radio broadcast. There's no other outlet that actually travels to the road basketball games, travels to all the football games. We're more out there more than anybody. And so, we were at the NFL draft with Ashton. Nobody else was there for that. We've been at the NFL draft and NBA drafts covering, Chandler Hutchison or whoever. So, return the favor, folks. If you can subscribe, we'd love to have you. It's like $50 or $60, one-time fee, and you get a full year of online coverage. It's just a great deal right now. So take advantage of it. Pay your one-time fee. That thing says 50% at the bottom of the screen. It's 60. I'm going to update it here today. Hopefully, if I remember, I've said that for 3 days now, but it's 60% off. And that's literally like $50 or $60, a one-time fee. You pay it and you get all of football season, all of basketball season. We're in the middle of recruiting coverage right now. So Chris is doing a great job. Nobody's covering recruiting like Chris Van Sickles. So I always give my plea at the end of the show to subscribe, but I truly do mean it. If you like these shows and you want to see more of it, then you got to help us out. So yeah, there's 2 ways to do it. Support the sponsors and tell them that you heard about it on BNN and that's why you're supporting them. And if you need a bigger project like a car or a roof or a fence or painting, reach out to me. I can directly connect you with them to the company there to get them set up, or just make sure you let them know. No, I have not found the selfie with Johnny and Max Rice yet, but I'm going to keep looking for it because I think I have a photo of them taking a photo together. So I just have to find it. But appreciate you guys. Go subscribe. 60% off at BNN right now, and we'll have plenty of coverage, throughout the day. You can go check our message boards and chat with folks in there. I really do encourage that, folks. We want to get the message boards going a little more. Check onto the message boards. It's cheap. It's easy. It's free in the message boards, actually. But the rest of our site is, really cheap when you think about that 60% off deal right now. So if you crave Boise State coverage 24/7, you can get it through 24/7 Sports and BroncoNationNews.com. So I will try to find that photo, and Mike Prater will join me at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Appreciate you guys. Go subscribe. Go support the sponsors, and we'll see you at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Bronco Nation News Live. Bronco Nation News.